Alright, welcome back to another video. It's been a long time since I've done something, but just before I get going, what you're seeing in the background is just some reserve races that I've done as a reserve in TMC. That's all it is. So um, it's been a while since I've done anything like this, and the reason why is because I actually haven't been doing too much league racing so far in F1 2019 for a multitude of reasons, but recently just been getting back into a little bit just as a reserve. Didn't want to commit full time just yet. But it's been a struggle so far at F1 2019 because first of all, I guess in the latter stage of F1 2018, my wheel I use a Logitech G29 for racing, and the pedals began to go during the latter part of 2018. There are some points where the brake would randomly apply sometimes, and it wasn't too bad to start. It would occasionally close my DRS and such, but it wasn't too bad. But on 2019, it was a bit. It was just, whatever the reason was, it just got dramatically worse. So it was, and then the throttle started acting up as well. So the throttle wouldn't deploy fully. So both pedals were basically screwed, and it made racing in general like impossible. Like, even if I wanted to do some F1 career mode or whatever, it was impossible. So that was difficult, but thankfully, a big shout out to Alex Weiberg, TMC Weiberg, who sent me a Thrustmaster T300. So I've been using that. This race here is the first league race I did with this wheel. And there's a couple of things to get used to with it, with the difference. I think everything's just a little bit lower down, so my thumb has to reach a little bit further to open DRS and whatever. But I guess the biggest difference was the pedals. I think these are the standard T300 pedals. As I try to go down the inside here of Chasmasters, this isn't the first race again. This is Division 3, by the way, background in Baku, which I was fairly confident at, but things went downhill fairly quickly, starting right here. So this is after I made my stop, of course. But the pedals they're much worse than the Logitech G29 pedals, even though they work. So I was just kind of getting used to it. But I guess I know I still use the pedals to this day because I haven't had the money to fork out for a set of T300 T3PA Pros, and there's a second clout with the barrier. So that curb, that corner is absolute nonsense. I really hate it. But I guess even still, like, I'm still struggling, to get back up to speed properly, and it's just been a struggle competitively to try and get back into and get back to where I was, and fighting for the positions I know I can be fighting for, and just various other people I feel I should be quicker than, and it just hasn't materialized. This has been a nice moment here where I just completely shit myself coming out as Chubbs comes out of the pits, missed the corner, clouch. There you go. And this is just a bad race. It just went downwards. There you go. More wing damage. So this race went down the toilet fairly quickly. And these aren't mistakes I make. I don't like over F1 2017, 2018, and maybe less so 2016 because I was newer to league racing. But these aren't mistakes I make, and I've been making these quite a bit, and it's incredibly frustrating to actually as a driver who prides myself on keeping the clean and keeping staying out of trouble. I don't know what position we got P7 in that race in the end. I don't even know. This was Division 1 Spain, the worst start in history. I was still at this point trying to find the proper point where of the throttle on my pedal, and I just let go too soon. It's hard to modulate it, keep it at a consistent 10, 11 or whatever 1,000 revs. So that was very difficult. I was looking forward to this race, but again, I guess I underestimated. I'm still using no traction, which has been difficult as well at times, especially in the races, because this is the problem I've been having. Again, I don't know where to put down to the pedals or myself, but I'm just a lot more tentative on the throttle. I end up going on the throttle a lot later than I should be, and it's costing me so much time. And here you see I actually have too much on the throttle. I thought this was harsh, man. The way that got away from me like that and boom into the barrier. That was lap 1. That was it, man. So Yeah, it was tough. This next race here is Monaco Division 1 as a reserve, as we just try and feed our way through uh, Lowe's hairpin. Again, like Monaco is a track I particularly pride myself on because it's a track where you need to keep it clean, keep it consistent, avoid penalties, and all these things. And somehow I didn't get wind damage from that incident. But anyways, this race actually did manage to do it, but I ended up being stuck behind Wesker here. Got a really good run out of the tunnel. Didn't cover the inside. We tried to, then comes back across. I go down the inside. This corner was mine, and then he decides to cut the corner and keep the position, and that was that pissed me off. So he didn't pit until lap 21 in the end. So that's how long I was stuck behind him, and he let everyone else go though. So that was frustrating, but. It's been tough to find any consistency. I just haven't been happy with my pace. I've been able to I can whip out decent times in TT and even sometimes in qualifying I can do a decent lap, but just when the race comes, it all just completely falls apart. And I managed to somehow I hit the barrier, but somehow didn't get wing damage. Somehow, look at that. Just remember that in the future. Right? Remember that for later on in this video. For that clout of the barrier there, big moment oversteer, trying to get on the throttle out of Anthony Noakes, and then Matt goes through. So the consistency of this game bothers me. And I guess it was last time as well. Like there would be curves, contact, traction. All these things really bothered me because they're so inconsistent. I feel like I do the same thing one time and it's fine, and the same thing the other time, and it's a completely different result. Anyways, actually going to pick up a handy P7 here in the end at Monaco. It was like yes. After this race, I thought yes, this is good. Like I'm kind of back in a sense. I decided to reserve for Division 3 then yesterday in Monaco. My quality lap then, I can do times in the 9s. Like my TT times at 9.4. Like I could done consistent 9s. And shit, I almost dropped my phone. Like I've been very consistent with that. Watch this though, right? For off the line. That cloud with the barrier right there. And I now that is the most harmless piece of contact you'll ever see, right? Wrong, wing damage. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. It was just unbelievable. That was such an innocuous bit of contact. And there you go. What is this? Lap 6. I got clouted from behind. So I thought, okay, if I come in early and pit, I could, maybe undercut. And they changed my wing, and we at least be in a bit of clear air. So that was the hope of coming in earlier, because get out of the traffic, etc. But of course, nope, no wing change. So I had to try and do the soldier on this next 33 laps with a hards on wing with wing damage. So that was pretty tough. It became eventually where are we on? So this is where we're just defending here from Bullet Boy. So I'm nursing damage. I'm still not as aggressive as I should be on throttle. And look at that, Bullet Boy does what Wesker should have done when he cut the corner, but no, didn't do it. So, anyways, have to avoid that collision. Got a corner cut for that, and then unsafely's so I have to get out of the way for that. So, just this race is getting very, very frustrating. But I think the killer bit then for me, still looking at the wing damage is still the same. So they go, okay, fine, whatever. We're a few laps around P5, which is decent, but I think this is the lap where things begin to change. Just coming through the swimming pool. I guess I got on the throttle too early, but there you go. I feel like I've taken that corner, very consistently, and then just for some reason, like that happens, So I don't know. It's frustrating to me. Kind of, I don't. It's not like a situation, and I have to pick because it's too much damage to sustain. So it's not a situation like Baku where even I was earlier in the video where I got launched across the I didn't cut enough of the corner per se, where I can look back and say, okay, I made a fundamental error in that corner. I felt like I've taken that corner like that countless times. So is it the wing damage? I don't know. I need to get better at getting away from the pits as well. I don't want to make a ton of excuses for myself, but I haven't been myself properly in this game so far. I've not been up to speed, don't get me wrong, but I haven't been myself either. This is my long escapade of trying to get past Cygate. Obviously missed the corner there, had to let him go back through. Heading out of Anthony Noakes. Again, it's like I feel like if I can get by him, like fresh mediums, the guys are in front are on much older hards. I could have chased them down, but no, not the case. Lap 28, again, decent run out of the tunnel. I felt like I could overtake him fairly quickly, but it never came to be. I tried here, and again, nothing doing. Lap 31, again out of Portier, the best part of the track I think to overtake, for sure. Okay, good run. Thinking surely this is it. Like, look how quickly I am behind him. He ducks to the right. He ducks to the left. I duck to the right. And I get a 3-second penalty for that. So I'm just getting ever more frustrated. It's just hard, man. You have a race like this, and again, it's like oh, it's one race. It's only Monaco. This is this is probably my best track. It's one of my best tracks. This is the track I pride myself on the most. Here, he leaves the gap. I try to go down into it. And he covers it off. Like, so I was really frustrated by that. I think he got wind damage and he pulled over and let me through. So, but I wasn't like that was 30 after lap 33. Like, I felt like I'd put myself down that gap, and then he came off, covered across it. So, really, just a really frustrating race. And it's just like, well, I don't know. It was hard. But it's just been a really frustrating time in F1 2019. There's a nice little moment there with traction. Again, I feel like I've taken that corner just like that on so many other occasions, and then I don't know. I don't understand sometimes the consistency, both in the game and in myself. Because ultimately, like I can't blame. I am obviously responsible for a number of my struggles so far in this game. Not all of them, but because I've to get a new set of pedals. I've been getting used to a new wheel. I'm getting used to significantly worse pedals than my previous set. It's been, I guess, it's just been trying to adjust, and just trying to get back to where I was. I don't know if I'll get there this game. Like, I'm pretty low on my racing confidence at the moment. So I don't know if I'll get back there. This is a really frustrating because I feel like if I hadn't bottled in quali, I should have gone on and won that race, but there you go. So I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. It's been a frustrating time, but hopefully I'll get back to where I was someday. So anyways, until next time.